What's up, everybody? It's Carlos Solano with Day Trading Tickers. So we're gonna go over how I made about just shy out of $1,000 in less than 2 minutes. The first trade that I made was Microsoft, so as you can see here. So I was just shy out of $1,000 in 951 and did a lot of little scalps. But the first trade was Microsoft, and every day I draw on lines for my pre-market high and the pre-market support. And the reason why, because if it breaks the pre-market high, then I get the calls, and if it breaks the support, I get the puts. And I just feel that if the opportunity presents itself and I can get myself situated, then I'm gonna take the trade. So as you can see here, what I was really looking at in the beginning was Apple. It had some good news to it, and I was watching this right when the market opened. Nothing was happening. I saw this, and on my other monitor I saw Microsoft close to its support, and because of that I focused my attention on that. So on the first 1 minute candle, it didn't hold up, it couldn't break. And then on the second minute, this is where I traded. So at 6:32 in the morning, it broke the support of the pre-market and it flushed down. So I got in a little later than I wanted to. I got in about maybe right here, and it did have a push up, and then it failed, and it continued to flush. It actually sold pretty close to its support down there. And as you can see here, I bounced off the support, and it was a quick 3-minute scalp, and it was about 400 bucks. So in about 3 minutes, I was 400 bucks, and on to the next. So after that, I didn't really do much, and because nothing was really happening. So I just waited. The next trade was Apple. So SPY overall, most of the day didn't really do anything except this market sell off. So SPY pretty much took a big dump at 7 a.m. and it was just kind of consolidating, and nothing was happening in the market. And there's nothing wrong with sitting with cash. Sitting in cash is a position itself, so you don't have to be on a trade every single time. So when SPY was falling, Apple tends to follow SPY pretty well. And the first time it fell, it bounced back up. And what happened was, when it bounced back here, and because considering how SPY wasn't really shooting up or shooting down, felt like breakouts couldn't really work as well. So I did a bounce play, a bounce off the support. So because the support was right here, when a green candle was showing, I got some calls, and I held for a little longer than I normally would. But I ended the day with a $170 quick scalp. Not much, nothing was just really happening. I'm just glad that I'm able to just pick giving myself some cushion throughout the day. My third trade was really SPY. SPY took a huge fall, and I expected a move for a bounce play, and because of that, I got a couple contracts for SPY, and it worked in my favor. But because it was struggling, I didn't want to be too patient for it. I was just kind of just playing along, seeing what's happening in the market. And SPY which is like 128 bucks, another quick scalp, and then the play that I was really hoping to bank out of was BA. So BA this morning had some news that was going to come out, some numbers. It gapped up. It was forming this triangle, this beautiful triangle, and at the time, it was right here. Right here is when I got in, and I just felt that I was, what, it's close to the weekly resistance. I feel like it's gonna break out of this weekly resistance and just start shooting up. But unfortunately, when it broke out, I saw a lot of sellers stacking up on level 2 and time and sells, and I sold at the top, and very rarely do I ever sell at the top, but you know, this was a good exit out position. It didn't work in my favor, so I didn't hold too long. What I should have done was, after it failed and broke the bottom of the triangle, I should have got the puts for it. But once that trade didn't work out, I kind of just forgot about it. So, and I missed out on a huge potential because it just fell really hard. So that was what it, you know, that was that trade. And McDonald's was just was shooting up. I was chasing a little bit, so I lost 68 bucks on that. So Facebook was shooting up for a while now. So this triangle was forming. Once it broke out here, I didn't really get into position, even though it broke out of the triangle, because the last support was here, and I was kind of scared that it was going to bounce off that play. So it wasn't until almost right here where it broke that last support, I got in. But because the way the market was going, I didn't know what was going to happen, so I didn't put a lot of money in. And so I just, again, made just almost close to a couple $100. But that was really it. I didn't trade, a lot of waiting. There were some plays after the sell-off of SPY that gave a lot of potential, but I just wasn't really around because I normally don't trade ever that late. So you can see this huge sell-off on SPY. It was due to some news that it came out earlier about a China trade deal that really affects the price. Anytime there's like a China trade deal news, if it's positive, the market just rallies up. If it's negative, the market just drops. So I'm kind of glad that I wasn't in a call position at that time, because you know that would have really hurt. But it did kill the market today, as you can see, you know, -7%, -6%. So I'm expecting tomorrow to potentially be a recovery day, but you know, we'll see. I never really guess or anticipate. I just play whatever the market gives me. But other than that, other than those trades, not much has been happening. I trade the same stocks every day, but just about it. So you know, I really wanted to shoot $1,000 because you know four figures is always nice for the day. But you know, it is what it is. Big whoop, you know, like it's easier than almost any other profession to get $1,000, and especially just in a few hours. So no complaints there. You know, tomorrow's the 12th, and it's a Wednesday, so it's just another trading day, and we're just gonna go from there. So if you guys have any questions, comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I'm gonna go over every trades that I make, any helpful tools. So if you guys have any topics that you guys want me to talk about, let me know. Don't forget to also look at the description and add my Instagram at Day Trading Tickers, and I will talk to you guys soon.